The role of intuition in our critical thinking is often underrated or misunderstood. The reason for this is the centuries-old divide between belief and thought, science and religion, thinking and feeling, empirical and romantic. But a finely tuned intuition is absolutely fundamental to critical thinking. And here is a few reasons why. Firstly, what is our intuition anyway? It's a instinctive way that we see the world through our senses, and it's honed and built up through millions of data points of feeling and seeing and hearing and tasting and touching, refining our responses to those situations. A major problem with the divide between our emotions and our logic is that we can diminish and we can subjugate our emotions in favor of our logic, but it's our emotions and our senses which refine our intuition. As a result, people who are equally in touch with their emotions and their senses, able to listen and sense very acutely, are often the best thinkers, and not the other way around. Perhaps what's being criticized by the logical thinking community, the scientific community, is when the human is entirely guided by their emotions and they behave one way today and another way tomorrow, or they suspend all critical thinking in favor of their emotion and their intuition. But this is not what I'm talking about. The equal and opposite reality is also a problem, in which someone suspends all emotion and senses in favor of an entirely logical perspective on the world, in which case they dampen their ability to sense quickly and respond intuitively. The second way that intuition is important for critical reasoning is in fact that critical reasoning sits on top of a range of emotional and biological factors which give it a precondition for its existence. And one of those emotional and biological factors is absolute confidence and certainty in the logic of the world. One way that we can come up with a confident view of the world is through our logical reasoning, by seeing that the laws of physics and maths are unchangeable, by predicting events through patterns of behavior, and seeing that over time, the sky doesn't fall on our head, for example. Another key way we arrive at a confident view of the world is actually a confident view of ourselves. Preconditions for a confident view of ourselves come through understanding our emotional responses and trusting our intuition. This is a reason why many strategic thinkers develop their body and their emotions rigorously, and they often come from disciplines such as the military, professional sport, other such pursuits which each train and discipline the body to turn up regularly for the individual to get to a point where you can trust your emotions and you can trust and know yourself deeply. A third reason why using your intuition is critical for strategic thinking is strategic thinking requires the meta ability to question your own worldview, to see your own thinking, to stand outside yourself and be able to critique your own assumptions. And an important precondition of being able to stand outside yourself and analyze your own thinking and your own worldview is something stronger, which is a deep confidence in yourself and your identity. If you think about it, it's the most insecure people and the people whose life would be most threatened by they were to question their own thinking or their own worldview. So defend it and hold to it with the most determination. Strategic thinking is ultimately about being able to spot and identify simple reality upon which assumptions are built. Ultimately about getting to the root of an issue. And again, once you're at the root of the real issue, then you can rebuild from the ground up. It's like getting a lever long enough to pivot the whole world. Once we're able to do that, we can do less and achieve more for our effort. We can really start to create genuine value in the world. Instead of seeing our emotion and our intuition as something opposed to our strategic and critical thinking, we should see them as intertwined. And in fact, having fully developed emotional and our sense system, being able to trust our own body and trust our own reality, having a disciplined body as well as a disciplined mind, and being able to have some kind of firm reality in ourselves such that we can stand outside our own thinking and question it and get down to true value. These are the tenets of strategic thinking. So get in touch with your emotions and your feelings and your senses, clear up your intuition, and you'll clear up your strategic thinking as well.